Hey guys and ghouls, welcome back to the Cozy Ghost. I'm your host October, and welcome to a game called What's Your Gender? Let's start. I don't know what this game is about, but I'm very curious. What? Oh, whoa. I have to choose? Oh, I already don't like this game. I guess? Oh. Oh! Ooh! Woo! I've fallen. Ooh. Ah.
How do I know what my gender is?
Interesting. Whoa. Whoa. Gender dysphoria refers to negative feelings arising from some aspect of gender experience. Examples include body dysphoria, when caused by aspect of one's own body, as well as being misgendered. Gender dysphoria is experienced by many, but not all trans people. The term can also be used diagnostically, referring to persistent and clinically significant discomfort with an assigned gender. Ooh, wait, I could have read... What? I could have read a little bit on the label trans. Let's go back and read a little bit on the label trans. I feel like I missed something. Oh, hello. Trans is an umbrella term for anyone whose gender does not fully match the sex they were assigned at birth. It is the antonym to cis. Today, the term is most commonly used as an adjective, but it can also be used as part of a compound nouns that describe a given identity. I can't click that one yet. This is cool. Passing. Oh, so now we're above. Trans is down there. That's dope. Passing describes phenomena where a trans person is read as either cis, their correct gender, or the gender they want to be perceived as, by an outside party. Being able to pass is often seen as a privilege. Historically, the term has been used by members of the BIPOC community who were white passing and thus able to escape some of the legal and social conventions of racial segregation and discrimination. I, for example, am white passing. I'm not just white, but most people think that. Ooh.
Am I still the same person that I was 2 years ago?
Fluid. Gender fluid describes certain identities under the multigender, non-binary, and transgender umbrellas. Gender fluid individuals have gender identities that change over time. They could be multiple genders at once and then switch to none at all, or move between single gender identities, or some combination therein. For some gender fluid people, these changes happen as often as several times a day, and for others, monthly or less. That's a very helpful definition. Ooh. Cool. Oh. Queer. Originally a slur against members of the LGBTQIA community, the term Q was reclaimed in the 1980s and is today a widely used umbrella term describing any person who isn't straight and cis and dia? While some members of these communities still reject the term due to its past, it has become one of the more widely used umbrella terms and has spawned its own field of political and academic theory, queer theory and studies. Very cool. Oh, wait. Ooh. This is cool. Demi. Demigender, from half and gender, is an umbrella term for non-binary gender identities that have a partial connection to a certain gender. Like demi-boy or demi-girl.
Are there parts of my identity that always stay the same?
Femme or femme is a term that refers to a queer person whose gender expression is considered to be feminine. Femme was originally used to distinguish feminine and bisexual women, or feminine, lesbian, and bisexual women from butch women, and it is still one of the main uses for the term. It is common for trans and non-binary individuals to use the term to refer to their identity or expression, even if they do not identify as lesbian or bisexual women. For real? Like intersex. An intersex person has sex characteristics such as sexual anatomy, reproductive organs, or chromosome patterns that do not fit the typical definition of male or female. This may be apparent at birth or become so later in life, for example, puberty. Intersex people, just like dyadic people, may identify with any sexual orientation or gender identity. Dyadic is a word used to refer to people who are not intersex. Dyadic people were born with sex characteristics which would be categorized into one of the binary genders. Okay, good to know. So I knew intersex, I did not know the phrase dyadic. Drag. Drag refers to the performance of masculinity, femininity, or other forms of gender expression. A drag queen is someone who performs femininity, and a drag king is someone who performs masculinity. The term may be used as a noun as in the expression in drag, or as an adjective as in drag show. The use of drag in this sense appeared in print as early as 1870.
What does it mean to feel good with certain clothes? In what kind of situation?
I love drag. Drag is so fun. Void.
Do my behaviors fit into gender stereotypes? Am I gender non-conforming if they don't? Void.
The term gender void describes an identity that is defined by the absence of gender. It falls under the agender umbrella. Ooh. Ooh. Very cool. Okay, let's go this way. Ooh. Oh, whoa. Oh, so I can go back up. Wait, I wasn't done. Non-binary. Non-binary is a term that refers to people whose gender is not completely and exclusively male or female. They can identify with not having gender at all, with both binary genders, with a third identity, or an identity that can change over time. Non-binary people fall under the transgender umbrella term. Non-binary is an umbrella term itself, although some people use it to describe their specific gender identity. I was not done in there, but I think I can go back to places. Oh, I can. Whoop. Whoa. Wait, I wasn't done. Wait. Oh my gosh, wait, I'm so confused. There's so much to look at. Oh, this is where the femme section goes. Okay, okay. I'm so curious. Wait, this is very cool. Whoa. Oh. Euphoria. Gender euphoria, sometimes called gender congruence, is the antonym to gender dysphoria. It describes the phenomenon of a person experiencing joy due to one or multiple aspects of their gender identity or expression, pronouns, body features, or labels.
Which situations make me feel euphoric about myself?
And then we go back down to dysphoria. I see. Okay, so where were we? Oh, this is so curious. So I can loop back in on itself a million ways. Because this is the trans... Oh, this is so cool. So if I go the way that it points me, it takes me... Cis. Cisgender or cis is a term for people whose gender identity matches their sex assigned at birth. It is the antonym to transgender and trans. The term is derived from the Latin prefix cis, meaning on this side of. The dichotomy of the terms cis and trans is also used in chemistry. Oh. So that'll always lead you to trans. And following the arrow will always lead you to cis. Oh, that's cool. Because there's only one way to be cis. Kind of. Kind of. Not even, though. Not really. Well, kind of. But trans, passing... There's no right way to be, gender-wise. Social norms will try to tell you that there is, but that's not true. There's no right way to be yourself. This is the queer pipeline. Okay, because drag is this way, and drag is the direction that I was going, okay. For me, drag is the right direction. Okay. So this is they. One, they. No pronoun, nay.
They walk through the door. Ni walks through the door. A person walks through the door. One walks through the door. Sie walks through the door.
That's really cool. Sorry, that kind of blew my mind for a second. That was really cool.
So I can choose my pronouns myself. I wonder what that would feel like.
Sie walks through the door. He walks through the door. He walks through the door. A walks through the door. She walks through the door.
In linguistics and grammar, pronouns are words that substitute a noun or a noun phrase. Third-person pronouns can be used to talk about people without always using the full name of someone. People can have one or several pairs of pronouns, and some people don't have any or use their name as a pronoun. In many languages, at least some of the third-person pronouns are gendered, leading to the creation and adoption of alternative pronouns. Like in Spanish, pronouns and a lot of things are gendered. So there was actually work to create a non-gender pronoun, ella, instead of elle or ella. It's not officially recognized, but... Map, cis, drag. Pronouns, map, void. Question mark. Outside. Femme, euphoria, dysphoria, enter, dia. Staircase. Demi. Queer, drag, void. Oh, these are the places I've been. I'm missing 2 places. Does the map always lead back to itself? I think it does. Okay. Void. There. The exit. I'm not ready to leave. I'm really not ready to leave. There's a place I didn't go yet. At least I don't think I went. The staircase. How do I get back to the staircase? Oh, there are 3 things I haven't seen. Both connected to the staircase. It's the exit, but there are 2 things I haven't seen. So to get back to the staircase... To get back to the euphoria and dysphoria. Okay. I'm almost there. There's two more things I need to... I need to go through euphoria and dysphoria again. What a metaphor. And then you fall. I think I went up.
Sometimes I think that the fights that have already been fought decades ago just keep repeating.
Hydra. In some South Asian countries, including India, Indonesia, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, the Hydra are trans or intersex people with a distinct and established gender identity. This is a very ancient tradition of a gender role that escapes a rigid gender binary, sometimes called a third gender. The term is at times used to describe people who have other identities that are less well known in Western discourse. In some such cases, the term is offensive. This is, I do a lot of research on third genders, just like personally. And there's also a third gender in Mexico called the Mushe. Very similar to the function of the Hydra. But third genders exist all over the world, and always have. So any idea that they haven't is just a misinformed one. Two-Spirit. Yes, this is the other one. Two-Spirit is a modern umbrella term used by some indigenous North Americans to describe Native people in their communities who fulfill a traditional third gender or other gender variant. Ceremonial is third gender, ceremonial, and social role in their cultures. The term Two-Spirit was created in 1990 at the Indigenous Lesbian and Gay International Gathering in Winnipeg, and specifically chosen to distinguish and distance Native American First Nations people from non-Native peoples. So if you're white and you have a gender identity that is not cis, you're not Two-Spirit. I'm sorry. Two-Spirit is closed. It is reserved for Native and Indigenous people.
Is it a Western norm of gender that is repressing all other ideas and constructs?
In my opinion, yes. In my opinion, yes. It is a Western norm and idea that has oppressed gender for centuries. Centuries. Ugh. But you know. It's just how it goes sometimes. Alright, I've checked out everything except one room. And that is the exit. That is the only room I have yet to go to. That's really beautiful. That is really beautiful. That ending really caught me off guard. I'm not sure why. Wow, that was a phenomenal experience. Ugh. That was really beautiful. It was very educational. It was such a good way to teach while also letting you as a player explore gender in a way that is so fresh. That was beautiful. I really enjoyed that game, and I hope you guys did too, because wow, it was just so well done. I'm gonna have to unfortunately end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this game. I certainly have. If you like this game, go check it out. If you like my channel, please subscribe. And if you've done all of that, I'm gonna have to say, see you guys later. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!